Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. All right. So we are starting. Sorry. We are starting a Sangha today. I hope I didn't inconvenience any of you by not letting you know about the class change yesterday. I actually forgot, but I was in this online conference that I couldn't get out of. All right, so page number 100. Is it 100? Yeah, it is 100. Page number 100. All right. All right. So, paragraph 18, page number 100. 36 factors. Also, now, just a note, I hope, some of you who've done this course twice with me or with any other people, it doesn't matter. Also note, something that happened to me was there was a monk who led me on for about a year. Actually, not a year, but a couple of months, actually, not a year. And he was teaching me wrong Abhidhamma because he did not want me to know, right? and so I mean, he could have just rather not taught me then, but but he was teaching us all wrong Abhidhamma. He knew his Abhidhamma very well, but you find that as well out there, right? So make sure that you sort of even with me, of course, I too can make mistakes. So make sure that you go through your notes. Make sure you question what I say. Make sure you question what anyone says, not in a cynical manner, but that is the way the Buddha has taught us to learn the Dhamma, isn't it? Right? So make sure you question. Make sure you sort of try to apply with all of that. Apply with your life, with your practice, so that you know what you're learning, and so that you can effectively learn in a way that you can teach another person. So it's really good now. It's really good. Yes, Devika. It's really good if you can teach someone else. If you have a Dhamma group, you guys can discuss amongst yourself. Now, these are little things that you could do on your own, which will support you knowing, because we don't want to be learning the same book over and over and over again, right? We want to progress. So make sure we do that. Yes, Devika?
My question is, Bhante, we stopped at page 91 and now you're going to 100.
Did we stop the page now? Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Devika. You're a gem. All right.
We didn't do association of mental factors.
Yeah, I mean, my lecture on, question me applied right to the moment. Very good, Devika. Thank you. All right, I am a bit out of sorts today with the busy day, but okay. Thank you, Devika. Right. Now, we are not going Sangha. We are doing the Sampa Yoga method today. So, paragraph number 10. In the following, we will explain we will explain in the appropriate ways the association of each of these mental adjuncts with a different state of consciousness. 7 are linked with every type of consciousness. The occasionals are linked in appropriate ways. 14 are linked only with the unwholesome types, and beautiful factors only with the beautiful types. Moving on, right? Moving on. Now, the ethically variable factors, Anya Samana Chetasika, right? Anya Samana Chetasika. So you notice that we have this table 2.2. We will come to it later on. Page number 93. In what way? In the first place, the 7 universal mental factors are found in all 89 types of consciousness among the particular mental factors, consciousnesses. Among the particular mental factors, initial application arises in 55 types of consciousness, in all types of sensory consciousness, except the 2 sets of 5-4 sense consciousness. And also in the 11 types of the first jhana, right? In the 11 types of the first jhana. 2, sustained application, right? Now, what we are going through are the Chetasikas, initial application, sustained application, decision, energy, zest, right? Because the universals exist in all the consciousnesses, right? So we are going through the consciousnesses that exist in the initial application, sustained application, decision, energy, zest, and desire, right? Energy, zest, and desire. Now, I hope if you do have your chitta charts with you, I wonder if you have your chitta charts with you, right? Could you pull them out if you do, right? Or what you could do is on the chapter, if you do not have your chitta charts, what you could do is on the chapter with regards to the chitta consciousness, you could go to the table that we have in the chitta chapter and just have a bookmark there, right? Have a bookmark there so that we can flip. We'll have to flip now, okay? We'll have to flip now. Give me a sec. All right. So, initial application, right? Now have the bookmark, right? For those of you who are unaware, let me find the page for you. Page 28. Page 28. Thank you, Miri. Yes, page 28. Right? Let me just get it on the computer as well. All right. So have page number 92 and page number 28 on bookmark. Now, initial application, right? Now, initial application we find from, now when I say the numbers, you will find, of course, on page number 28, you see greed rooted chittas, you see 8, chitta number 8, 1 to 8, right? Page number 1 to 8. Now, this is what page number 128. Now this is what we are focusing on here, right? This is what we are focusing on here. Page number 128. I'm sorry, chitta number 128. So we find initial application, right? Now initial application is existent on all chittas 1 to 12, right? Now this is clear. Why is initial application in all chittas 1 to 12? Because obviously these are consciousnesses that we have some sort of action or some sort of object that we apply the mind towards, right? There you find initial application, right? There you find initial application. Then we have chitta number on page number 92, right? We find initial application 1 to 12. Then we have 18, right? Consciousness number 18, right? That is a rootless consciousness, right? That is a rootless consciousness under the unwholesome resultant. Now, this is the pain consciousness, remember, right? This is the pain consciousness. So what is the object, right? What do we apply our minds to? Right? We apply our minds to that unwholesome object that arises, right? Now, why is it that we do not have the other consciousnesses with regards to the rest? Why is it that we do not have vitaka? Because these are very weak consciousnesses, and also when it comes to such a consciousness, right, the application of mind, right, the application of mind can only be done on something which has some sort of substantial gravity, right? Substantial gravity. That is why it is very difficult to sort of notice or recognize something such as a unwholesome, a rootless consciousness, right? A rootless consciousness. Now, then we have consciousness number 19, right? Consciousness number 19. Now, consciousness number 19, what is consciousness number 19? That is the unwholesome, the sampadichana and santirna, right? The sampadichana, the receiving and the investigating consciousness. The receiving and investigation consciousnesses are to do with an object. Do you understand? Right? Do you understand? So I would if you all don't mind, of course, have your cameras on. So when I ask you, you can just give me a thumbs up or something, so that I know that you guys do understand that, right? And if you don't understand, just give me a thumbs down, right? All right. So then we have initial application, chittas 1 to 12, 18, 19, then we have 25 to 54, right? Now let's see what is 25 to 54. Now 25 to 54 would mean the wholesome sampadichana santirna consciousnesses. Why? The aversion of the object all the way down to 54, right? All the way down to 54. So basically, the rootless wholesome investigating as well as investigating and receiving consciousnesses, and then the manodwara bhajana, panchadwara bhajana, right? Mindo adverting, five senso adverting consciousnesses, the smile producing consciousnesses. Now think about it. Don't all these consciousnesses arise with regards or respects to an object? When you smile, you don't smile without, you just don't smile. No? You have an object. There is something that is making you smile, isn't it? Right? So with that, that is why there is vitaka there as well, right? There is vitaka there as well. So I'm going to just allow any of you to unmute your mic anytime, so that you are able to unmute your mic and just ask a question. Devika, you have another question? Dil, you have a question?
No, Bhante.
Okay. All right. So if you do have a question, just put your hands up or unmute your mic. Miri, you have a question?
Yes, Bhante. Sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
I don't understand how you said 19 is the Sampatichana and the Santirana.
18 and 19.
18 and 19, those two. But you said the Dukkha Sahagata Kaya Vijnana one, that is also, is that included or not? You said pain.
Yeah. So Dukkha Sagata, so what is 18, Mihiri?
Yeah, so I thought 18 was an unwholesome resultant, which was the Dukkha Sahagata Kaya Vijnana Siddha. Is that correct or wrong?
Yes, you are correct.
So that is the 18.
Yeah.
Then 19 would be Upeksha Sahagata Sampatichana.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
because Miri, Sampatichana,
yes.
The receiving as well, the investigating and receiving consciousnesses, what do they take as object?
Well, they would take the whatever we are, like the
whatever object
yeah, the
through the five
yeah,
sense doors.
Yeah, through the
right?
doors. Yeah.
So that is why we have vitaka, vichara there. I'm sorry, vitaka there.
Okay. So do you consider both of them together then? The Sampatichana?
You don't consider both of them together. You consider them separately. We are not talking about togetherness here, Miri. We are talking about any chitta that can take an object has vitaka.
Okay.
Understood?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So yes. Right. So then one would realize, now when we take, for example, let's say Chakku Vinyana, right, both in unwholesome and wholesome, right? Chakku Vinyana in both, Chakku Vinyana in both wholesome and unwholesome. Maybe then you tell me, in your understanding, why vitaka will not arise in these, please? In your understanding,
because it is just something that you become aware of. You're not actually there. It hasn't got to the. You haven't really done the investigating, or you haven't actually received it as yet.
Not use. Yes, you are correct. I understand that you know, but do not use the word awareness. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Don't use the word awareness, but I know that you know. Use the word. What we have to know is the impingement arises, meaning, for example, like when the sun shines through a window, the sun beam or the sun ray falls on the wall. The wall is not asking for it. The wall is not looking at it. The wall is not doing anything at it. But then we look at the wall. Then we see it. Get it?
Yes. Yes.
Right? So the wall is like the Chakku Indriya, which is the retina, right? I'm sorry, the Chakku Pasada, which is the retina. And this light which falls on it is then observed or become aware of by the receiving and the investigation consciousnesses. Understood? Now,
yes.
Are we understanding the process of Chitta and Chesika a little bit more?
Yes.
Wonderful, Miri. Thank you very much. Have I answered your question adequately?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Miri. Thank you, Dil.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, Dil, then unmute your mic, please. Thank you. All right. Now, moving on. Then we have, of course, 25 to 54. Do we understand this? Why 25 to 54? That is from, right, the wholesome Sampatichana Sankirna onwards up until the end of sense sphere functional consciousnesses. There is Vitakka. Do we understand this? Can I have thumbs up if you do? Guys, where are your thumbs? Oh, wonderful. Good. Okay. Shirani? No? Okay. Here, don't be shy. I am here to teach you, right? I am here to teach you, so use me. Don't be shy. Now, hold on, let me just increase the screen volume. All right, I can see. It's increasing screen volume. So why is it that the Sampitichana, why is it that the why is it that the consciousnesses from 25 to 54, to those of you who do not have your cameras on, if you are in a place that you can on your cameras, I would appreciate that, so that I can see your thumbs up, because this is more of a very interactive session today, you know, because I need to see who understands, because without this, you have no basis to move forward. This is very important. This is a very important part, and also I think very exciting as well. Right? So I would appreciate if you could on your camera, so that we can have more interaction, so that I see your thumbs up and thumbs down, right? All right. Now, 25 to 54. Why is it that these consciousnesses have vitakka? Now, Manodwara Vajana, what is the Dil, tell me what Manodwara Vajana's object is?
From the the mind, what the mind perceives like the thought.
Whatever the mind object becomes. Shriyani, tell me what the object of Panchadwara Vajana, or the 5 sense door adverting consciousness is. Shriyani, unmute your mic, please. Five sense door. Shriyani, don't worry about it. Focus on the word. 5 sense door adverting consciousness. Anyone who knows English can understand this.
Vijnana?
Sorry?
Is it Vijnana?
Not Vijnana. Vijnana is consciousness, Shriyani. Right? So what would be 5 sense door adverting? Padma?
Is it eye, ear, nose?
Yes, correct, Padma. So the 5 sense door adverting consciousness takes the objects of the 5 sensory doors into play, right? Into cognition. That is why the Manodwara Vajana would have Vitakka. Do you understand? Now, what is Vitakka? Do we understand what Vitakka is? Do we understand what Vitakka is? Damsiri, tell us what Vitakka is, Damsiri.
Vitakka is you are directing your mind towards the object.
Yes.
Right.
So the application, Damsiri, be very careful of the words. We have to be very particular in Abhidhamma.
Yeah.
the adverting to the object.
Object, yes. Okay.
Or we can even use the word impinging on the object to be even
Yeah.
more specific, because
Yeah.
if one says adverting, it can also talk about what? Vichara. Isn't it considered?
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Good. So for those of you who are in houses that are not noisy, you all can please unmute your mics and keep it unmuted, right? So that I can ask you questions, right? So that we understand this a bit more. Okay, Devika, tell me. Right. Devi, please unmute your mic. Okay, Chamari. Until
1, 2, 3, 4 කියලා. ගොඩක් 50. ඔයාලා හිටියනවද?
the Chamari,
Yes,
tell me what the object of Hasitupada or the smile producing consciousness is.
Anything.
Anything.
No.
Very good, Chamari. Very good. Anything.
Any object.
Now that is the proper student of mine. You know, answer a question with some humor. Good. Right. Anything. Basically, anything can be the object of the Hasitupada. Anything that could potentially make a Arahant smile. Right? Or now, of course, you know, okay, then Bhante, what about something which is bad? Sometimes there are events where Buddha looks at something which is unruly or something like that, and he puts out a smile. Why? To sort of an inner contemplation. So actually, yes, anything can be an object of Hasitupada, right? So now you see here, what is this then? This is anything to do with what? Anything to do with an object. Vitakka is the impingement upon the object. So for now when I'm looking at you, we are focusing on the books, you know, all of these things. What is this? There is impingement. Vitakka is arising each and every moment you see a word, a line. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Vitakka. Right? Understood? Now, moving on. Now, what is the object, Pushpa? What is the object, Pushpa, of these Sobana Chittas? Of the beautiful Chittas?
Pass.
Sorry? No pass. What are you talking about? Huh? You thought I'm giving out free lunches here. Think about it. Right? What do you
Any object that can be.
Object එක මොකක්ද?
I mean, Samantha.
Oh, yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi, Samantha.
Yeah, hi, Bhante.
Next time, don't say hi.
Sorry, Bhante.
All right, just answer the question, Samantha. What is the object of the beautiful consciousnesses?
Right, so the beautiful consciousnesses, they're based on non-greed, hatred and delusion.
Non-hatred and non-delusion.
Greed and yes, greed, hate, and delusion.
No, Samantha.
Sorry?
Non-hatred and non-delusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Samantha, relax. Take a deep breath. Right?
Yes.
Please.
Oh, the feelings, isn't it? The feelings, is it the, is that what you mean? Is it the,
Tell me the object. Okay, listen to the question. Tell me, what is the object of the beautiful, wholesome consciousnesses?
beautiful, wholesome consciousness?
Hari, Buddhika and Niha. Your mic is unmuted. Buddhika and Niha, effort?
Yes, Bhante. Yeah.
Tell us. Mukhadda Niha. What is it? Guys, come on. This is nothing to think
Any
about.
visual object, sound, smell, taste.
Okay.
Who else is here?
Sorry, Bhante. Yeah.
Mala.
Wonder, Nihal.
Visual object, sounds, or anything. Anything. Visual.
Now, okay. Mihiri. Keep your mics on, please.
Beautiful.
Mihiri, tell
Yes,
us what we do with the wholesome, with this category of consciousnesses that we are talking about. What do we do, Mihiri?
Well, we are good, wholesome consciousnesses arise through the mind doors, isn't it? You kind of
detail specific. What do we do with the beautiful, wholesome consciousness?
we make good. I mean, we make good karma. We make good karma, basically. Kusala chitta, yeah.
Exactly. Wonderful. Don't speak out of turn, please. I will call your name, right? So I'm very sorry. I'm in a mood today. Excited mood. Oh,
Cognition of any. Cognition of any.
thank you.
Bhante.
Kusala chitta.
Bhante, sorry.
Something wholesome.
Yeah.
Is it a wholesome resultant and wholesome
Okay.
and
So,
inoperative?
all right. So guys, calm down. Now, let me speak. Now, with regards to now Miri mentioned, what do we do with a wholesome, beautiful consciousness? We do good things.
Good things.
Right? Now, when we do good things, do we have an object? If we are giving dana to a monk, do we have an object?
Yeah.
If we are listening to Dhamma, do we have an object?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do these objects come from?
From within the saddha we get.
From the 5 sense doors.
Yes, correct, Dale. Thank you very much. From the 5 sense doors, right? Actually, it is a 6th sense doors. What is the 6th sense door, Mihiri? I'm on Mihiri, Dil?
Mind.
Mind. Thank you very much, guys. Now see, there was nothing to think about. Right? It was so simple. This is don't be worried, don't be anxious and nervous. It's very simple, okay? It is just to understand this point. Now, what is the next? Then we have the resultant consciousnesses, right? Now, beautiful resultant, what happens from a beautiful resultant consciousness? Devika, tell us.
Beautiful resultant. That is a beautiful conscience is the Sobana sit, and then you do good things. As a resultant, it will be a positive, good thing. That
A resultant consciousness is experienced by us when Damsiri.
It's we experience from any unwholesome or resultant of any resultant of any wholesome act.
Okay, where do we experience this?
We experience it either in ear.
Okay, 5 sense doors. You're saying
5 sense door, yeah.
Exactly. Again, right? The resultants of which now these consciousness. Now, what are the causes of these different things? Right now, as a resultant, this has a predominant role in what? In rebirth. Right now, for example, in your past life, when you died with one of these 8 consciousnesses. That is why you were reborn in the human plane. And I believe that all of you have been born without any deformity. Because if you have been born without any deformity, then you have been born with now deformity, meaning now there are complications when it comes to birth. Now I'm not telling, sometimes the head and the hand comes out and then there's a complication. I'm not talking about those complications. I'm talking about genetical conditions where you don't have an eye or a hand or some sort of problem with your heart at birth or something like that. You guys know this better than I do. Now, those are the complications that I'm talking about, not complications in coming out of the womb, right? If you have genetical biological complications at the time of birth with yourself within the body, now that means that you have not been born with one of these 8, but if you have been born proper in a way that you are healthy, then you have been born with these resultants. So for that process, it becomes, the resultant becomes something that you have done in the past. It becomes a rebirth linking or a patisandhi chitta. We will come on to patisandhis later, but that too, then we understand, has an object, isn't it? Right? Do we understand this? Can I have a hands up if you do, thumbs up if you do understand?
Bhante,
Yes, Nihal.
I don't follow what's meant by object in there.
Okay, so the object is then Nihal. Now, for example, let us say you give a you do a meritorious act of offering dana to a monk. Let's take that example.
Okay.
Right? So then, at the time of death, your object becomes that memory or that kusala of you giving a dana to a monk. A action, a memory of an action or a consciousness of the past, which was done with 3 roots: alobha, adosa, amoha, non-greed, non-hatred, non-delusion. Right? So this could even be your unconditional love towards your children. Do you understand? Your unconditional love, not attachment. Right? Your unconditional love to your children can also be a sense-clear, wholesome consciousness. And when it has, at the time of rebirth, that will arise as a sense-sphere resultant. A beautiful resultant. Do you understand? Can I have a thumbs up if you understand, Nihal? Or you can even speak and say you understand.
Yes, Bhante. So,
okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nihal, I did not answer your question adequately.
I think I'm getting it. I need to think about it more, I think.
All right, come back to us if you have any questions, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Please, Bhante.
Yes, who is this?
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah. I'm just looking at this, and now all these first 54 of these chittas, Bhante, they are all the sense sphere chittas. So basically, they all come to the 6 sense doors of 5 and 1. But now when we look at these numbers on this page 92, so 1 to 12 are there, the grades. Then the rootless, they're very weak. So only the pain one is the 18. That's fine. So then there's 19. But then we from 9, then we have 19, which is also the 5 senses. Then we have 25 to 54. So why? So that's so the beautiful thing. So now, why is there a gap between 19 and 25? They're all. Why is there a gap there? Why aren't those having? Because they're all after a sense sphere chittas. So why have
the weak ones
numbers not been included?
Okay, let us look at this. Right now, someone tell me what the 19th consciousness is.
That's the pain conscious. The 18th one is the pain one. The 19th one is the sampatitta.
All right. So what is between? Right. Tell me now. What is between consciousness number 20? What is consciousness number 20 to 24?
Is that the eye consciousness, the ear, nose, tongue? No, sorry. Yeah, eye, ear, nose, tongue.
Wholesome resultants. The rootless wholesome resultants.
All right.
The
So
5 sense.
got it. Now, all of you, do you see right? Did this question arise to anyone else? Put your hands up if you did.
Was some result and they were.
Is it because they're weak? Is it because they're rootless and
Now,
weak?
no, Dil, same example. The sun shines on the ball. The ball is the retina. The retina is not asking for anything. It won't give two hoots if you want to see the sun or not, or the sunlight or not. But then it is the investigating and receiving consciousnesses that takes that data in and knows that the sun is shining. Do you get it?
Okay.
All weak because they're rootless. They're all weak. Only the
No.
the sun.
No, I think they are because of the sensors. Impingement.
All right. Dil, it is not because it is weak. It is because there is no impingement.
Okay, fine.
Do you want? No, that was not a good okay, Dil. What can't you understand?
Right. So only when it is a investigate the Sampachittan receiving or investigation sanskirna that there is impingement. Otherwise, that's what you're saying.
Now, Dil, look to the side of the room. What do you see?
I see the wall.
Did you want to see the ball?
Sorry?
Did you want to see the ball?
Well, no, I didn't, but you asked me to turn.
Exactly. You didn't want to see the ball, but, but you saw it when you turned.
Yeah.
Now, you might turn back and you might see Oshani or Sudanta there, right? Did you want to see them? No, but you saw them because they were there. Do you understand? With impingement, you want to see it, right? You're applying your mind to it. Do you get it? Right? For example, I am walking. It is because I want to walk that I walk. Do you understand? Even if it is habitual, I'm thinking about something else in the world, but I'm just pacing up and down. But subconsciously, it takes an object that allows me to pace up and down. Right? That is why the not only the gap from 20 to 24, but even before the 18, everything from consciousness number 30 to 70 are also not because it's weak, it's because the object arises without you wanting to see the object. It is an involuntary action. Do we understand this? I understand your confusion. I was in your place as well many years ago when I was studying as well, right? Can I have Nihal? You raised your hand. Do you now understand?
Yeah. So then, what would be the difference if I look purposely at something?
Yeah.
Even then,
how would that differ? How would that result in?
Now, when you look purposely at something, you are impinging. Now, for eyesight, we know consciousness arises in 6 places: the 5 sense doors and the mind door. Right? The mind door takes an object. When consciousness arises, when do consciousness then arise within the other 5 senses? It is when, can anyone tell me? When, at what event does a consciousness arise at the other 5 senses?
Because you're purposely wanting to identify that. Your consciousness wants to identify that purposely.
Okay, not quite. Who gave
when you make a contact, yeah? When you make a contact,
one consciousness at a time, isn't it?
One consciousness at a time. Dhamsiri is correct. It is when contact arises. But now we have to divide contact to understand vitakka. Dhamsiri, can you do that for us? Can you explain to us, elaborating it?
Yeah, vitakka, vichara you are talking about, yeah?
Vitakka.
Okay. It's application of your mind, or application of mind into an object.
Application of mind into an object. Okay. Let me ask.
Initial application.
Initial application.
We are not doing anything more than that. Just application of your mind to an object.
Yes. Anuma, do you want to say something?
No, Bhante, it is adverting on the object.
It is the adverting of the object. What time does the adverting of the object happen?
When it comes to your mind.
Is that with Manasikara?
When it comes to your mind. Samantha?
Yeah, Yonis Manasikara. Turning the chitta Traitasika to the object. So you can have Yoni Manasikara and Ioni Manasikara.
No, Samantha, thinking too much. Relax again, take a breather.
Oh, okay. I've lost my consciousness there, Bhante. Sorry.
Now listen to me, my dear children.
Sorry.
Listen to Dada. Okay. Now let's take the idol. Okay, forget everything else. Let's take the idol. Right? The idol, you see someone. Right? You see someone. Right? Before you know that you have seen this person, the image arises at the retina. And we know this. We have all done basic science at school. We know how the light reflects upon the retina, allowing the retina to now see, isn't it? Do you know this? We do, right? But the consciousness arises at what time? The consciousness arises at some particular something adverting the object. Do you understand? Right? Right? Adverting. Now this is where the taking of it happens. Right? Where you now mentally are able to impinge on the object that has fallen onto the retina. Right? That is why, because the other consciousness, which is Chakku, Spota, Gahana, Jibha, Kaya,
Manasikara.
Those consciousnesses, right? Those consciousnesses are too weak.
They are too weak.
Yeah, they are too weak. They are too weak. They do not sort of intermingle with the consciousness, right? Well, with the object. I'm sorry, not with the consciousness. The object. Sampadichana Santina, investigating, receiving and investigating consciousnesses that are able to see the object. That is why we do not take the rest, right? That is why we do not take the rest, right?
So Bhante, that's why we say the first 8 are all taken. Then from the time you come to the rootless consciousness, that is problem. So that in those rootless consciousness, that other than the Sampatika and the Sankirna, the other ones are weak. So that's why they are not taken. So that's what you're saying, Bhante.
Still, the primary thing to understand is not more than the, yes, it is because it is weak, but the primary thing to understand is there is no aversion to the object by the Chakku, Sota, Gana, Jibba, Kaya. Rather, it is just a reflection of the object there. Yeah, there is a fine sort of line between the two, right? There's a fine line between the two, because anyways we know Chakku Vinyana arises when there is a Chakku object, Chakku Pasada, right? But this intermingling does not occur because it is weak.
Yes.
Right? Got it? Can I have a thumbs up?
Bhante, there's a question.
Buddhika, did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, yes, Veera.
Bhante, as soon as you get the image onto your retina,
yeah,
you activate your eye consciousness. Is it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But that eye consciousness is too weak. It is
okay.
Just, now just imagine Nikame.
Or the investigation and something.
Can I say?
Probably it's only take the image and then you process the image later with
don't use the word take. Don't use the word take, Veera. Take is wrong, right? If you are saying take the object, there is a mixture of mind and objects there, right?
All right.
Okay, yeah. The best example that I can think of right now is the sun shining through the window on the wall.
Yeah. Okay.
Think of that, right? It's there, right? But there is no sort of it's there. It's like, for example, at the supermarket, right? When we go for self checkout, right? The place where you sort of do your own screen is there and all of that. The lights which are on top. Remember, when the till is free, then the light, it's a green light or something is on top. Remember?
Yeah.
It's like that. So when the till is free, the light comes on, but there is no engagement whatsoever. The till is not working. You're not processing on the till, but the light comes up. It is something like that.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I have a thumbs up? Now we are really sort of refreshing our chitta chetasika, isn't it here?
Yeah.
Right? That is why Sampayoga Sangha is so fun, you know, for me. All right. Now let's move on. Right? Let's move on. Now, then we have the sense sphere resultant as sense sphere functional. Now, sense sphere functional and sense sphere wholesome is quite similar. What is the difference? The difference is that in sense sphere functional, it is Arahants who experience this. Right? It is Arahants who experience this. Right? Are you guys okay to go on a bit? Or do you guys want to go leave? Does anyone want to leave? Put your thumbs up if you guys have to go. It's 8:30.
Good. Abhidhamma.
No one wants to go?
No. It is so interesting.
Buddhika, do you all want to go?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just need to answer a call, Bhante. I'll rejoin if I...
Sorry, Pushpa, do you want to go? Do you have to go?
No.
Then why are you putting your hand up? Pushpa.
Yeah. No, I don't want to go.
You want? Okay. Do you have a question, Pushpa?
No, not at the moment.
Good, Pushpa. Okay. Just letting us know that you're there. Okay, good. All right. Now, then we have consciousness number 55, 60, 65, 82, right? Now, what is consciousness number 60? What is consciousness number 60?
Fine material resultant.
Fine material.
Resultant.
Fine material resultant, the first of the fine material resultant. Right? There is Vitakka there. Right? The first of the fine material resultant, there is Vitakka. Now, can any one of you tell me, right? Can any one of you tell me why from consciousness 55 to 59, right? 55 to 59, why the Vitakka is not there?
Because the first jhana.
Who said that, please?
No. The first jhana is not there. That's Mihiri here.
Okay, the first jhana is not
there in the immaterial spheres, isn't it? They don't. you only have second to the fifth jhanas.
Dear Miri, we are talking about the fine material sphere.
It is there.
What is the fine, Veera, tell us what the fine material sphere is.
Rupa Vachara. That's when you have
Rupa Vachara. Thank you, Dhamma. Yeah. Now, why is the Vitaka as a Chetasika not there in the sense sphere, fine material sphere, wholesome five consciousnesses?
Oh, the hindrances, they've gone, is it? No, anything to do with that? No, oh, sorry.
No.
Sorry. The body's gone.
No, it's there in the first one because
they
are
in the first one. Yeah, body is there.
Because it's the first one is there.
Yeah.
Because there. But by the time we come to the second and third,
object is gone. I think Rupa Vachara, your object is no longer there.
They're wholesome chittas, aren't they?
What about the nimitta? Nimitta is not object.
It is gone. Nimitta is gone.
So how come it is only now? Look at what is consciousness number 55?
The first jhana, isn't
it?
Right, and the consciousness number 60.
Rupa Vachara has
resultant
first jhana.
Yeah.
Okay. Consciousness number 65.
Functional.
Then you understand what this is?
Loco.
Is Panchara.
Loco.
Okay. Okay, guys. Shush. Padma.
Yeah.
What are the jhana factors?
Well, in the first one, it is initial application, sustained application, then test.
Zest.
Is it zest? Then happiness and one-pointedness.
Shriyani, tell me what the jhana factors of the second jhana are. Shriyani, look up and tell me what the jhana factors are. Summary.
Sustained application, zest, happiness, one-pointedness.
Good. Third jhana, Pushpa.
Preeti.
Zest, happiness, and
desire.
Ekagata. All right. So then do we understand, right? It is because it is the first jhana. Only Vitaka is only existent in the first jhana, right?
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes.
Do we all understand that? Thumbs up, please. If we do. Samantha, Manisha, Noeline, Lakshmi, Nepali.
Yeah.
82.
And there is Dishna. Dishna, are you following us? Okay. All right. Then what do we have? Consciousness number 82, right? What is consciousness number 82? What is consciousness number 82?
The lokotra chitta, supramundane, isn't it? Sotapatti magga.
Right, Sotapatti magga in the 40, the technique of 40, right? So all path consciousnesses with the first jhana influence has vitaka. Is that understood?
Yes.
Anyone who does not understand it, raise your hands up or give me a thumbs up if you do not understand only. Devika, you do not understand?
No, I do understand, Bhante.
Devika. All right. So then everyone understands. Good. Then right? So we have the path and fruit, right? Path and fruit. Now that is, so totally 55 consciousnesses have vitakka, right? Okay, turn to the chittas. Turn to the chitta chart.
Yes.
And do not turn your books to the Chetasikas now. Do not turn your books to the Chetasikas, right? Open your charts. Right?
You want us to turn to?
Turn to page, basically you just have to look at the screen. Basically, you just have
Page, is it page 28, is it?
Yeah, so everyone look at the screen,
Yes.
right? Everyone look at the screen and close your books.
I can't see it properly.
You can't
see the screen. Can't see the screen very well.
Okay. Then open your book, but they are not turned to the Chetasika side.
Okay, only here.
All right. Now we are going to do it by memory. Okay. Trust me, you can do this. Right? Trust me, you can do this. We are now. Shirani, why did you unmute your mic? Mute your mic. All right. All right. Now, right? Don't be nervous. Look at the chart. Look at the screen, or if the screen is not clear, look at the chart on your book, but don't look at the Chetasika chart at all, right? This is how we are going to test ourselves. Okay. 1 to 8, greed-rooted chittas. There are 8 greed-rooted chittas, right? Do we have vitakka in the greed-rooted chittas?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes, we do have vitakka in the greed-rooted chittas. Now, do you have a pen and paper near you?
Yes.
In your notebook or wherever you want to write, right? Write down then greed-rooted chittas 1 to 8, 1 to 8. So there are 8 consciousnesses there, right? So you can just put 8 also, right? Then hatred-rooted consciousness, do we have hatred-rooted consciousnesses? Do we have an object?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Then put 2. Put 2 on your notes. Greed-rooted consciousnesses, do we have an object?
Yes.
Delusion?
I'm sorry.
Delusion. No, delusion rooted it.
Consciousnesses, do we have an object?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Put 2. Right? How much is that? There are 12 consciousnesses now. Right? Now, unwholesome resultant consciousnesses, how many consciousnesses out of the unwholesome consciousnesses have vitakka? Does Chakku have vitakka?
Only the same one.
All right, still.
Same one.
Does Chakku have vitakka?
No.
Sota?
No.
No.
Vana?
No.
Jihva?
No.
Kaya?
Yes. Same.
Sampatisana?
Yes.
Yes.
Sankirana?
Yes.
Okay. So then how much is that?
2.
2.
3.
3 there.
3.
3.
Right?
3 has vitakka.
That's wholesome, only 2.
I'm sorry. So then it's the pain and receiving. Right? Pain and receiving. So then you have 2 there.
Yeah.
Put 2 on your notes.
Then unwholesome.
Got it? And then unwholesome resultant, rootless, unwholesome resultant, chakku,
No.
sota,
No.
ghana.
Bhante,
No.
now doing wholesome.
These are wholesome.
Now we
I'm sorry, wholesome. Yeah.
Wholesome.
Wholesome, chakku,
no,
sota,
no,
jibha,
no.
kaya,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
kaya, and sampatijana.
Sampatijana? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Santirna.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are 3 there.
3.
That's in unwholesome.
This is in wholesome. We are doing wholesome now. Right? We are doing wholesome now. Right? So then we have those consciousnesses, right? 3 consciousnesses there, right? 3 consciousnesses there, and then
Rootless functional.
yes, rootless functional, right? Rootless functional, how many do we have?
3.
3.
3.
3, they're investigating.
Hold on.
Yeah. The Panchadwara, the Manodwara, and the Hatitapati.
Yes, and then we have, right, the 3 consciousness. So that also we have. So there are 3 there then.
Yes.
Right? How much is that?
8.
8. Wonderful. 8 plus 12?
20.
20. All right. Moving on to the sense sphere. Sense sphere, wholesome consciousness, what do we have?
20. No.
Yeah.
They're all sense sphere, all the 54.
Yeah.
The unwholesome.
It should be 80.
I'm just saying, Bhante, you say now we go to sense sphere.
Yeah,
We
have to go part by part.
But this is now we are going to the sense sphere beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mala.
Sense sphere beautiful.
All the akusalas.
No.
Beautiful chittas are kusala chittas.
Rootless එක කීයද? 8. මෙයා කිව්වා වෙන ගානක්.
All right. So then the sense sphere, wholesome consciousnesses, do we have an object there?
Yes.
Yes. When you do good, there is always an object of the 5 sense doors, right? And the mind door, right? And the mind door. So 6 doors. Then sense sphere resultant.
Yes.
Sandhi, Patisandhi. Yes.
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 Okay. And then sense sphere functional. Arahants, they can do good as well, right?
Yeah.
They always do good. All right. 8. So 24, right? So add that to the grand total. How much?
44.
Wonderful. Then fine material sphere. Right? Fine material. I hope your Chetasikas are not open.
No.
Okay. No. Then fine material. What within the material 5 fine material sphere, wholesome consciousnesses, right? Which of this has the vitaka?
The first one, 55.
Initial.
The first one. Wonderful. And then immaterial sense, do any of the others have vitaka?
Yes, resultant.
Resultant. And Pushpa, I don't hear your mouth moving.
Yeah.
Pushpa?
Yeah.
Someone left quickly. All right. Pushpa? Oh, Pushpa.
Yeah.
Pushpa, there is your video. You are off the video now. All right.
Some IT problem.
Okay. So, all right. So then we have the first consciousness in the fine material sphere wholesome, the first consciousness in the fine material sphere resultant, The first consciousness in the fine material sphere functional, all of which are first jhana consciousnesses have vitaka. So how many there are?
Three.
Three. Add that to the grand total. How much is that?
47.
47.
Wonderful. And now the immaterial, do we have vitaka?
No.
No.
Not at all. Very good. Moving on, supramundane chittas. Do we have vitaka?
Yes.
With
First
what?
jhana. First jhana.
40.
With all, this is the way you answer, children. With all path and fruit consciousnesses associated with the first jhana. Now that is your perfect answer. Do you understand?
Yes.
Right? Be very precise and succinct, right? All path and fruit consciousnesses associated with the first jhana. How much is that?
8.
8. Wonderful. Now add that to the grand total. How much do we have?
55.
55. There you go. Did we need a book for that?
No.
We have to have the chart in front, which is on the thing. Without that, we couldn't have done it.
No, but you see, we will be going through this again and again and again. You see how your chittas will get polished through this, right? Your chittas will get polished through this. Now, are we happy? Are we happy, little children?
Yes.
Good. All right. So then, right, we'll finish the class for today. Right, we'll finish the class for today. Do you have any questions regarding what we have done?
It's wonderful. All I can say.
Who said that?
Devika said it's wonderful.
Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you, Devika. It's good. All right. Then we will continue the class next time. For those of you who do not know, next week we won't be having the class once, right? Shall we allow for 2 hours if you don't mind? Is that okay with people?
Yes, lovely.
Yes,
We want. I'm sad because it's only for 2 days.
It's only for 2 days. Well, don't worry.
Because I'm in retirement. That's why.
Selfish.
All right.
We all are.
We all. Not all. So,
Bhante, 2 hours is good.
all right. We'll do 2 hours. We'll do 2 hours just to sort of finish this, because we'll have a lot of going back and forth with regards to the chittas and shetikas, right? So this time, do not miss these classes, because this is going to be a polishing up, right? This is going to be a polishing up. So don't miss the classes, and I will see you all on
Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah.
So take care.
Monday.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante.
All right. Goodbye.
With regard to meditation,
Yes.
is it all right if one joins around 10 a.m.?
I mean, of course, you can join anytime that you possibly like.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I am not a dictator, Pushpa.
Bhante, you've been standing all this time. Please go and rest.
Yeah, now I'm going to sleep now. I was standing because I'll fall asleep if I sit down.
Please drink something.
All right, guys. Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.